The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Friends in Recovery podcast, the podcast that is here to help you, a loved one, or a friend get started down the road to recovery. This is the Friends in Recovery podcast, brought to you by the Genesis House. Genesis House, providing a safe, nurturing environment to heal from addiction since 1992. Please, be a friend and share our message with a friend on Podbean, iTunes, iHeartRadio, or YouTube. And now, here are your Friends in Recovery.
Hey, welcome everybody, Friends in Recovery podcast. We're podcasting live from Studio 21 Podcast Cafe in lovely Salem, New Hampshire. It's a beautiful fall day. I'm Mike, the Podfather Miles.
And I'm Jersey Ed. And who do we have again with us?
Today we have Tom Burruel with us.
Yeah, again.
Hey,
wow, Tom. Geez, you're going to become a regular podcaster.
That's right. That's right.
Trying to push that out and get you in.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I just got a certified letter from Idaho now, and they're wondering where you're at.
They're worried.
Yeah, they are. They're really worried.
They
I think
might
it was signed governor of Idaho, so you might want to give them a call.
Yeah, I might have to give them a call. Absolutely.
But thanks for coming back again.
No, my pleasure.
Absolutely. You
Thanks
know,
for having
we
me
have
back.
you sat through some good guests with us in the last couple of weeks, and we learned a lot about you, and a lot of things that you do, and we got to spend some time with you in these last couple of weeks, and it's been wonderful. It's been really enlightening, and then sad to see you go today.
Well, good things have to.
All good things come to
Idaho
Exactly.
does miss you, so we will give you back today.
I appreciate it. My dogs want me back.
Yeah, exactly. Have you fed them lately?
I have an assistant that's on it.
Good.
Yeah, thankfully.
Good. And who do we have over here?
Well, we have our producer
extraordinaire.
No. We have our producer Ed Sullivan.
Ed Sullivan.
Downgraded.
Mike gets grouchy.
He does.
I forgive you, Mike.
Okay. All right. So,
well, Tom, you've been here long enough. You can take a couple shots at it.
No.
I like Tom.
No, I like Ed. Yeah, he's got my back. He keeps this going. And,
I know.
Absolutely.
we love Ed.
We do love Ed because he keeps that satellite running for us.
Sometimes the satellite has a glitch.
It does, yes. Just I think last week we had a glitch on our satellite.
Yeah,
so
we did.
We recovered.
we did.
We worked through it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
But hopefully, were you up on the roof with the satellite fixing
Yeah,
it?
I was shaking it.
You were? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you test the wires?
It's the high-tech thing. Yeah,
I had to change a couple of the tubes.
Yeah, I seen him up there with a baseball bat. Did that work?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
it did.
good. All right.
Yeah.
It sounds really good now. So
He was had aluminum foil up there, too. That's what I saw.
On his head.
That's my hat.
Well, it works.
the technical stuff you got to do.
He said, that's my hat.
Guys, we talk a lot of serious subjects on here, and we do want to laugh every once in a while because life isn't.
Oh, we laugh at
all
ourselves.
serious.
That's for
I know we
sure.
do. We do.
Especially when Ed's changing his shirt. He's got more ink on him than a Superman comic book. Let me tell you. Jesus, it's kind of scary.
All kidding aside, Ed, we love you and you do a great job for us.
So we have a guest today, Arlene.
First I want to get to
I forgot.
the business stuff.
That's right. Go ahead.
We just want to thank Genesis House for setting us up for this beautiful studio so that we can spread the message of hope every week. Whenever I see hope, I always look at that. I remember the gentleman we had on a couple months ago. Corey, right?
Corey. His hat had hope on it. It was an acronym.
Yeah. And what did it stand for?
I forget.
I think it stands for. God, what did it stand for? Hold on. Pain ends.
Yeah, that's right.
Hold on,
That's right.
pain
Very
ends.
good.
He had this hat on, and it was a big hope on it, and we talked to him about it.
Hold on, pain ends.
Hold on. I
right.
know.
That's
It's so good.
That's
it's
really
so
cool.
good.
That's great.
Because when in our addiction we were
great
hoping
job.
for this, hoping for that,
Right.
and in recovery, once you get past that pain, it does end, and you can kind of work through it all.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
but also if you enjoy Friends in Recovery podcast. Join us for our Friends in Recovery community support of events. We hold monthly gatherings in Florida, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. Check Facebook page for updates and locations. Follow us on our Friends in Recovery Facebook page for updates, and subscribe to YouTube and whatever podcast catcher you're listening to. Again, like every week I say, it's important to subscribe just so you get the show. Share this show, get it out to people. There's a good message here. There's almost 2 years of shows here, and we range from everything, from interventions like with Tom in his show to family to people, addicts and alcoholics that share on this show. So there's a lot of hope in these podcasts.
That's right. A lot of good information.
Absolutely.
You want to get sober. You want to put your life back on track.
Absolutely.
Get in the game.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid.
Nope. And of course, we're always looking for new stories and new people come on, professionals also who are looking to talk about what they do and their hope and recovery.
Our guest last week, she did Alyssa Rocco. She did a wonderful job.
Yeah, absolutely. She had a great story. Yeah.
Just like our guest today, Arlene. I'm pretty sure we're going to have the same results.
I'm thinking we are. So, just don't forget, if you need anything, reach out on Facebook, and you can email us at help@friendsandrecoverypodcast.com. Mike, you're talking about this Arlene. Do I know her at all?
You know everybody. They're all. I think you got family members coming in here.
Well, I can fill the show with family members in recovery and out of recovery.
You're starting to remind me of Joe Biden over there. Whoa. So Arlene, I know you're out there. Arlene's got 24 years of recovery, 9 years of employment with the Genesis House as a behavioral health technician. Arlene had been using since the age of 13 in Long Island, New York. So I can imagine there's a few stories there.
Yeah,
no kidding.
She came to Florida in 1992 to enter treatment, but did not fully enter recovery until 1995. She kept relapsing, but she didn't give up, which is so important.
Yeah. Don't give up, guys.
That's right.
She said she'd had enough, and she was an emotional wreck, and it was time to get recovery. And in early recovery, started from the ground up by working Publix for 6 years. You have to tell us about that, Arlene. And then in 2001, her mentor asked her to come on as administrator at the halfway house that she lived in during her early recovery. Welcome, Arlene. How are you today?
Hey, Arlene, welcome.
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing well.
Good.
You must be happy to have Ed up here with us and away from you, chirping in your ear.
Right.
How are you, Arlene? Good to see you.
I'm good.
Good. You guys do a wonderful job down there. Everybody from clinical director down to techs to office support, helping our clients, get on the right path. And we really appreciate everything you do for us. We don't see the behind the scenes stuff that you guys do, but that's why we want you on the show. We want you to talk about, some of your successes that you have down there, your personal story, and really kind of, let us know what you guys, what is going on behind the scenes,
How do I begin? I came here I worked in the field for a long time. I worked for Publix as a deli clerk.
Okay.
Then went to the meat department. Then finally, I went to this halfway house in Delray, and the woman, she was my mentor. Everything she did and done for her recovery, I wanted. So one day I was sitting outside of Crossroads, if you know, Ed, the Crossroads.
The clubhouse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm sitting there, and before I started praying to God, give me something else to do, because I was getting tired of working at Publix, but I didn't want to leave Publix because of the benefits, and we became a family there.
Yeah,
sure.
So I was praying, and like months later, she came up to me and she asked me to be her administrator at the place, and I laughed at her. And then I did. I ran a 62 client halfway house.
Wow.
With people under me. She wanted to move on. Like if I needed her, she'd be there, a phone call away. But she wanted someone that she can trust to take care of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, and it made my self-esteem go, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could never do stuff like that, because when I came in, I was just a factory worker and whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
I came in emotionally drained.
Yep.
Physically drained. I mean, everything, And working at Genesis House is the best thing. I went to other treatment centers to work at, and I found this place. Tim used to work here, and he told me they wanted a female tech, and I got hired right away.
Mm-hmm. Let me guess, Tony hired you.
Yes.
We all love Tony.
Yeah,
We miss him dearly. We really do.
Yeah.
He, when he left, when he passed on, a piece of everybody kind of went with him, but we'll never forget him. And Mike knew him, and he did a lot for everybody. Yeah, his heart was in the right place.
And his son Taylor's just like him.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
him.
Taylor's wonderful. Yeah.
Everyone here is like family.
Yep. Well, tell us a little bit about Genesis House. So now you're at Genesis House, and you got to, you left Publix, and you're the tech. You've been there 9 years. I always say that, the family of Genesis House, we've all been there a long time. I said there's two reasons why. It's either it's a good place to work and we help the clients out and we do a good job, or we're all codependent and we don't know how to get the fuck out. So I'm guessing it's a little bit of both, but I think it's more of the first.
Yes, more the first. They do good. Like a lot of behavioral techs they come and go in other places. We stay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, the clients here, they come from all over.
Now,
I want to talk about
go ahead.
Wisconsin clients.
Okay.
Have never gone outside of Wisconsin on vacation, and then they come here and go to the beach.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Jump in the water.
Yeah.
They don't know really how to swim because they swim in lakes, I guess.
Yeah.
I was never in Wisconsin. But the first time I ever saw that was one client here, I don't know how many years ago, but he said he was never at the beach. And I'm like, really? I didn't even know about Wisconsin, to be honest with you, until they come here, And I watched him at the beach picking up shells, jumping off waves, and thanking me until he left here.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to do it again, and we went again. Thank God we had nice weather,
Right.
So that's part of it.
Yeah.
Doing holidays here. We cater food for them.
Yeah.
Holidays are coming up.
Yeah. It's amazing what you guys do down there for the clients, because sometimes they're away and for holidays and they're lonely. But let me tell you, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, I'm sure some of the Jewish holidays, everything, you guys do a little bit of everything to make these clients feel like home. A lot of these places won't do this, it's just treatment. It's what it is. And, in and out, but, because we're so small and you guys are so caring that this takes place, and we have a wonderful owner that lets this happen. It's just a different animal.
Yes, and they even get recipes from their families. They make the side dishes, some of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Proud,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, tell us what a day in the life is at Genesis House for you, Arlene.
Okay, so I come in. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 to 12. I come in. I do the pews every half hour. We sit around. We look in their apartments to see if their dishes are made, cleaned, and beds are made, and
accountability
with them around their tables. The smoking areas. We have smoking areas, and we just talk, share, laugh. Some cry,
Mm-hmm.
I listen. Most of us techs sit and listen to them. We have great techs that work here.
Yeah, absolutely. Share a little bit about the techs.
Okay, each tech has a different way of working, different personalities, but we all work good together.
Mm-hmm. What is a behavioral health tech? Maybe we should start from there, because people who listen to
behaviors.
Okay.
I like saying BHT. Some people do mental health techs. I do behavioral health because I observe their behaviors. Say a guy is sitting in alone, but he's journaling. I won't bother him. But if I see another client sitting alone and just sitting there and staring at the floor, we go up to them and we see what's going on. And usually they'll say they're okay, and I'll say, no, you're not. What's going on? And then we start talking to them. And they like that. They'll always say something at the end of their stay about how the techs were.
Yes, that they do. Yes. Yeah. And even when I hear that they even reach out to you guys to when they leave and let you guys know what's going on. I mean, normally you reach out to your therapist, but some of these clients are reaching out to the techs. I mean, it's just a great statement saying that everybody cares down at Genesis House, and it's wonderful to hear those stories. We're going to take a quick break here, Arlene, and we're going to come back. I'm going to ask you one of your favorite Tony stories.
Oh, okay. I got a funny one.
Good. All right, we'll be right back, guys.
Genesis House is a premier substance abuse and rehabilitation facility located in beautiful Palm Beach County, Florida. We have been providing the highest quality of addiction treatment since 1992 and are accredited by the Joint Commission. We offer a range of programs that include detox, residential treatment, dual diagnosis, a Christian track for people who want to incorporate their faith into treatment, a uniform services track, and we work with most major insurance carriers. Genesis House is led by a dedicated team of administrative and clinical professionals, and we stand on our commitment to excellence in recovery services. Contact us today to find out more about our program. Take the first step and call Genesis House at 800-737-0933 or visit us on the web at www.genesishouse.net. That's 800-737-0933 or www.genesishouse.net. Begin your journey to a long and successful recovery with Genesis House.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Friends in Recovery Podcast. I am the Podfather, Mike Miles, and we're podcasting live from Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, Salem, New Hampshire.
And what a lovely studio it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. It's really nice.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So we have a wonderful guest, but before we get back to Arlene, our good friend here, Tom Burruel, we can't get rid of him. Tom's been with us for a few weeks and
That's right.
making me a little nervous.
He may not want to leave here.
Yeah.
I think he likes Ed.
He's asking me where he parks. Where do we park the car? Right? Listen, Tom, calm down, all right?
My khakis. I haven't found my khakis.
Let's be clear. He likes the good Ed.
The good Ed, yes.
That's right. Thank you.
No,
Thank
Tom
you.
had mentioned that he wanted to say something about the text down at Genesis House, and
Sure.
I think Tom's got a
Good point.
pretty good message.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I just wanted to let people, like some people are listening in and some are familiar with the treatment industry, and then there's those that aren't. And that just wanted to kind of point out that the behavioral health tech, like a lot of times when clients go into treatment, they get opportunities for group therapy and individual therapy. But in between that those clients are supported by the frontline people, which are the behavioral health or mental health technicians. I mean, they really are vital to the role of a treatment center. And I've worked with great treatment centers across the U.S., and Genesis House happens to be one. We started working together 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So, when I saw that Arlene was going to be on here and noting that 9 years as a behavioral health tech, Arlene, thank you. Thank you for the work that you do. It is vital, and I do know that you guys run like a family down there, and the clients feel that. And what a testament it says about Genesis House, though, to have a behavioral health tech to stay on for that kind of longevity. It really says a lot about the culture of what you guys are providing there to the clients, and not only the clients but the staff. Because I'm kind of a firm believer that when the staff is healthy, the clients are healthy too.
Absolutely,
you're modeling that too. So you guys have that healthy interaction in between. I can tell you a number of times where there's kind of strife or the whole staff is not on the same page. The clients feel it, right? And there becomes these struggles of managing the behaviors within the treatment center. So
absolutely.
Thank you for that role.
Yeah.
I can't say enough.
Absolutely. And do you see that obviously down there, right, Arlene?
Definitely.
Yeah. That's where the work's at.
Absolutely. And Tom, you did make a good point about that. That in between, there is those in between times. We are a very well structured program down at Genesis House, but there is in between times, and that's where Arlene and all the other techs and even just staff walking around, just talking to everybody. Seeing if something's. It's not like we have 10,000 people down there.
Right.
We're 100 beds, and you guys can get into. There's therapy besides the therapy, and this is, I hear all the time, like, Arlene or this one or that one, the techs are just, the best. I mean, you see it on all our comments and letters that we get and emails. So
well, and so often clients are in treatment and they're dealing with some like heavy lifting of topics, whether it's trauma or abandonment or attachment or grief and loss, all of those things. And they have this, huge breakthrough session, and then they're left with kind of unpacking all of that. And that usually happens in those off hours. And their desire to be seen and heard are those two things that clients want to be seen and heard. And oftentimes it's those behavioral health techs that are there to say, I see you, I hear you. And you're just simply there to just listen. Right.
Most of them are in recovery.
Yeah. So
now,
awesome.
Arlene, do you're 24 years in recovery. Do you let the clients know that you're in recovery? Is that something that you break your anonymity about?
Yeah, of course. I tell them.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not. Why not?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I tell everybody I'm in recovery. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They feel at ease. Oh wow! If you could do it, I can do it.
That's right.
It's so funny how I love my God, my higher power. But everyone's a mirror here from my past. Everyone I'm not fibbing or nothing. Right. Everyone I talk to, just a little bit of their past or their stuff that they're going through. Right. I went through already.
Right.
Yeah.
And I listen. That's the main thing. You need to listen.
Right.
And I said, do you want my suggestion? Or you want to see what I did to let go of that? And some of them say yes. And then I go and journal.
Right.
Journal.
Right.
3 things you're grateful for.
Narrative.
I don't be a therapist, but this is what they told me to do.
Right.
Yep.
Narrative therapy is definitely the most successful form of therapy. It's hard to get people to, mostly it's hard to get people in recovery to even look at the big book, but it's certainly hard to get somebody to write down what's going on. But that is the most successful form. I've been a therapist 20 years, and that is the most successful form of therapy there is.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of journaling yourself? Because you keep pushing journaling. You do, okay.
Yeah. My journal.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I could tell.
Yeah.
So
I journal.
Yeah. And Mike and I had loved ones down there, and I know my loved ones came back and spoke highly about you. And I'm sure, Mike, you've probably heard of Arlene about everything as far as all that goes. So before the break, I asked you to think of our founder Tony Dodge, who's no longer with us. He was a great inspiration to me, and a great inspiration to everybody down at Genesis House. And you and I, we've been here so long at Genesis House. We probably have 1,000 stories about Tony, and share one of those moments, because there are some clients that knew Tony that are listening out there, and it's always good to bring him up and keep him fresh in everybody's mind, because he was the founder. He really did have this dream, and again, like you said, Taylor is keeping this dream going for Tony, and keeping this dream going for clients to stay sober. We're 27 years now, so
yeah. The one thing, I used to work 8 to 4 Monday through Friday, and I would have to bring his lunch up to his office up front. And I'm originally from Brooklyn. I moved to Long Island at 16. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I knock on doors like it's the police. So
the cop knock. That's a gift.
Wait,
you had it down.
Did not answer it right away. And I'm like, knock again. And he opens it. He goes, for God's sakes, I thought you were the police.
Right.
So then I kept doing, when I bring his lunch, I would go,
trauma response.
So that's one of the funny things.
That's a great story.
Yeah. Tony was always grateful for everything everybody did. He was a very humble man, and he was very generous and just a good person. I mean, generous as far as recovery goes, and he always shared his recovery with. I know he shared it with me a lot, and I learned a lot from him. And and I see that through all you guys. I see that through the clients coming back. I see his spirit living on through all that. Sure. And that's something that you guys kind of kept and keep it going. Stephen Adams, who was on a couple weeks ago, and just keeping that spirit going, because that's what Genesis House was founded on. It was founded on that spirit of what Tony had believed, and again, Taylor's keeping that going and keeping it alive. Thank God,
We don't shoot the wounded.
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. Mike, tell us about a cop knock. What does that mean?
Well, Tom's got it down. Yeah, we want people to know that, that we're actually the police, so we knock loud.
Yeah, we're here and we're not going away.
That's right.
Is it the flashlight, or you just banging the door?
So even people that don't want to open the door, they feel compelled to open the door. What they don't know, if they don't open the door, there's not much we can do without a warrant. So, we just go away, kind of.
Right.
But I got a funny story. I'd gone to a house one time for loud music, and it was on the 3rd floor, and the door going into the building actually opened from the inside out, so we couldn't force the door open. So they were yelling out the windows, "Screw you, bunch of pigs, get out of here, nothing you can do." So I called 5 tow trucks and started towing cars. That didn't get them to leave.
Oh, my God.
So I used to work with an electrician. I have a little bit of knowledge about electrical work. So I found the electrical meter on this 3-year tenement building that was spinning the most, because they're the ones with the party going on.
Right.
And I took the meter right off, and it just shut everything down. Total darkness.
Yeah.
And they thought we had left. They came down, and we surprised them.
Yeah. I love it.
There's a way. It's always a way.
Oh yeah. And Phil does a great job. He's on the other podcast, our answering no call for our first responders. He does a great job down there. He's had to fill some big shoes from John. And tell us about some of your relationships with some of the therapists and some of the staff down there. You're a very outgoing, friendly person, and they must love you down there. I mean, I don't get to see you all the time. I mean, we speak once in a while, but
I know every therapist. I talk to everyone: Rob, Natasha, to the front end, Dylan. Dylan's the front end woman. She's my supervisor. She's the best. Kim. I'm so glad Kim is around. Laura, the nurse. I know everybody.
All the doctors and
we all current, like the clinical team. They talk if there's a problem with a client. They'll come up to us, or watch this, watch that, or we'll go up to them and we'll explain what's going on with them. Did you talk to them? It's a very close net here. I can't explain. I never worked in a place like Genesis House. It's really
it's special.
Tight-knit culture. Yeah.
We really we take care of the clients. They're our number one.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And I can attest to that. I've been putting people in treatment for over 20 years, and when I met Ed and started sending people to Genesis House, a lot of cops, a lot of correctional officers, who are very suspicious of everything. And then the success I was getting back was like tenfold. And it was just, I knew then that this wasn't just me sending people to a place where I felt they'd get help and, hope for the best. I knew they were going to get help. I knew they were going to get some real good attention and come back with some great tools. And, as a result, that's my place. I send them there. And if we can't accommodate them, I call Ed, and Ed'll give me another place around here that he feels comfortable with.
That's huge to have that peace of mind as a referent.
Absolutely.
As a referent, because we're always like going, man, are they going to be okay?
Right.
So it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And just all the work that they do as far as keeping the referral sources in
follow up,
updated
and everything. I mean, you experience that, especially for an interventionist. Yep. Interventionist needs that information to feed to the family.
Because we're working with the family,
right?
Exactly. While their loved one's in treatment, we're working with them.
Exactly. Well, Arlene, we're going to have to let you go here, but. Let's stay in touch like we always do, here and there. And
thanks, Arlene.
Thank you very much.
Facebook.
Yes, see us on Facebook.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Arlene.
What a pleasure, Arlene. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, Miles, too.
Nice. Real pleasure. I look forward to meeting you.
Thank you, Arlene.
Yeah. So, Mike, another good show.
Yeah, great show, Ed.
Absolutely.
Tom,
thanks fellas.
I'm glad
to be on here again. And sorry, I'm going to have to finally get back to Idaho.
Oh, man. Well, before you go, tell us a little bit about, give me your last plug.
Folks can find us on the web at intervention180.org. That's intervention180.org. Or they can call us on our toll-free line. That's 888-435-7960.
And Mike, you always
everybody can get in touch with me at Therapy Services, Mike Miles, 978-459-4884.
And of course, we can always get a hold of Genesis House at 800-737-0933. And you get a hold of any of us on stage here, we'll help you no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be just for Genesis House.
Right.
For whatever that problem is, we will get you where you need to be.
That's right.
That's the important part, is that you get healthy or your loved one gets healthy, and hopefully we can direct you to go there. So
100%.
yeah, back to you, Mike.
All right. Hey, thank you very much, Ed Sullivan.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. Stay sober, everybody.
Thanks, good Ed.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.